Hey, welcome to another album review, and today I have Infected Rain with Time, which is something that I've never heard before. I've never heard Infected Rain before. I've never heard this album. No songs, none at all. This was suggested by someone, well, I mean, the first thought that I had going into it was that, okay, it's metal with like cool electronic sounds. It sounded like Bring Me the Horizon in a way. That was interesting. It's all very djenty, so it's sort of like these metal records where you have a lot of djent mixed with essentially a lot of electronic sounds, right? So it's very like heavy, but with electronic sounds, right? There's a couple of rap here and there, but not that much. But yeah, most of the album is basically just mostly very djenty, very heavy stuff, and it combines a lot of also melodic parts, more toned down melodic parts, which I always enjoy. I always enjoy when you give me things that are essentially, very mixed rather than just being very one note, very the same thing. So I wasn't expecting to enjoy this as much as I did, quite frankly. I think this is right up my alley, honestly, as it was very interesting. I was actually searching this band a little bit after I listened to them, and fucking Google told me they're Ukrainian metal. And the funniest thing about it, first of all, I didn't even know that Ukrainian metal was actually a fucking genre that you could actually fucking do. Secondly, and something maybe a little bit more important, they're apparently from Moldova, so they're not even from Ukraine, which, so thanks Google for that one. That was really interesting. But yeah, overall, their songs are somewhat smallish. So it's not like they're, very long. It's not like, those djent bands that fucking make, 7, 8, 9 minute songs where just the continuously fucking noise to your ears. They do a perfect blend, basically, is what I'm trying to go for. I'm struggling to express myself today, but essentially they do a perfect blend of like these djenty things, but then with the electronic sound sort of give them a little bridge to being more melodic, and they combine all of that into a very, very interesting sound. I'll say that Infected Rain actually does sound very accurate to the type of music that they play. I feel like, if you told me this is what Infected Rain sounds like, I'd be like, yeah, that tracks, that actually tracks. As for the album, I'm gonna be honest, it's called Time. This is something that I never almost do, which is pay attention to the fucking lyrics. Like, I very, very rarely pay attention to the lyrics. Usually only pay attention to the lyrics if I already know them, and even then, it's something that I don't really pay that much attention to. I do pay attention to it, but I don't usually talk about it, or I don't take it as in consideration with a lot of the stuff I talk about in these reviews, primarily because I think that they don't, like, again, but they do matter. It's just like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know, a lot of the time I just don't really pay much attention to the lyrics. It's kind of like weird, but yeah, so I can't really talk much about the themes, I guess, of the album. I probably should, but yeah, I guess I only really pay attention to the lyrics when it's more pop artists and when there's less sonically speaking going on, because again, like, this album is very interesting from an instrumental perspective, so I tend to pay attention more to that than to the lyrics of albums. This is why usually I need multiple listens in order to actually pin down a lot of the lyrics for an album, or to at least have a lot of interest in them, because on the first time through I don't usually have that, unless it's, again, like, something that's more poppy or something that's more focused on specifically the lyrics than the sounds. But yeah, if your album has interesting sounds, I'm gonna be like rough to actually pay attention to the lyrics, unless, again, like, the entire thing is focused on the lyrics. Maybe I should start reviewing more pop, because a lot of it is actually focused on the lyrics. So yeah, just to finish this thing off, the last track was actually very atmospheric. It's called A Second or 1,000 Years, which is very fitting as a closer to the album, especially an album called Time. It's just very atmospheric. It's mostly instrumental. It doesn't have any, singing or anything of any kind. And it was actually very nice. I don't know what's up, but this is not the first time that happens. Like, a lot of bands seem to have this theme of ending the album with a instrumental atmospheric song, which is usually very different from the rest of the album, but usually works. I think that usually it works, and here's no different. As for my vibe meters and sort of to to close this off. As for my 5 meter, I think right now I'm on a like 8 out of 10. I don't know, like I quite enjoy this, honestly. Like it's a shame that I don't really have much, because again I'm having a bit of a struggle to express myself today. But yeah, honestly, I really enjoyed it, and I will definitely, because I've already been going through their discography. This is not the first album they have. I will definitely go through the rest of their. Actually, wasn't this released like recently? It was released like a year ago, I think, right? This was released 2024. Yeah, this was released like a year ago. So this is like their latest album, so they have way more, and I'm definitely going through the rest of their discography, because I did enjoy this quite a lot. And that's why I love doing a lot of these album reviews, is that oftentimes I talk about shit that I really like, things that I already know. Other times I just get to actually discover new things that I either like or I don't like, but at least I experience new things. That's the interesting thing about this little project of mine, is that you do just discover a lot of new things. So yeah, 8 out of 10. I'll see you tomorrow.